Welcome back, students and YouTubers. Today we are going to work on illustration in Procreate. We are going to cover a few simple concepts, or relatively simple. We're going to talk about layers, clipping masks, blending modes, and layer adjustments. All right, so on your iPad, you should have this file right over here. It's usually called illustration. It looks like these little alien figures, but it's probably grayed out. What we're going to do is slide that to the left, hit duplicate. That way we have an original in case we need to redo it. So we're going to jump in one. All right, here we go. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to click on the layers button, and we can see layer 1 and our background color. If you want to change your background color, just click there and we can change wherever. Usually a nice gray color would be really nice. Usually makes everything look great. And gray is that friend that everyone gets along with. All right, so we have layer 1. We're going to click the thumbnail and then hit rename, and we're going to call this line art. And we want to keep labeling our work because it's not uncommon to have 50 layers when you're doing a big project, and we want to make sure we can find our work. So we are going to hit the thumbnail again and hit reference. Now this is really going to help us drop our color later, and you'll see why. If you skip this step, you're going to make a mistake and not be able to go back, or you're going to have some issues taking a lot longer. We're going to hit the plus, and we're going to hold our magic finger on that and bring it down and drop it below. Okay, let's call this flats, F-L-T-S, flats. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to drop our color for our alien creature thing here. And so we're going to click on our color. We're going to figure out what we want. I kind of want this brownish lizard looking guy. So I'm going to take my magical finger here, zoom in a bit, and I'll put this over here and let go, and that's going to fill it. Okay, let's go back here. I want you to look right here where it says drop color. See that blue line right there? If I bring it up over here, it's going to increase the threshold. So basically the computer or the program is going to say, oh, if the line is too small, I just keep on going. And so that's why you'd want to adjust that. Okay, so if you're dropping color and it goes everywhere, check that. If that doesn't work, make sure you're on the flats layer. Okay, so we're going to go over here and drop some on the throat, in the hand.
All right, let's continue to drop color over the whole thing. All right, so we've dropped that color. Okay, that's here. So now we're going to hit the layer. We are going to add plus. You need to make sure it's right in between here.
All right, guys, so here we go. So we hit the plus sign to get the layer 3 there. If it's not there, you could just hold it and move it wherever. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to add a layer mask. So let me show you what that basically does. Let's use this color, I don't know why. And I guess we'll use that, that's fine. So in case you want to see my brush, hit brush, we're under textures and decimals, okay? So we are on a new layer, layer 3, and I can go like right over here, and this is what's going on. So if I wanted to paint a shirt, I'd go like that, hit the eraser button, and then I'd have to go in here and spend time erasing this, right? Right. So that would take a while. Okay, so let's 3 fingers slide it on the screen to erase. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that window, hit clipping mask. And this time, you see the little arrow that points down. This is only going to let me draw on what's beneath it. So the great thing about this is I can do the same thing and I can just keep on making that on there, so I don't actually have to go back and erase. So if I want to erase this mistake here, all I have to do is erase just the little areas right here and where I don't want the dots up here, and that saves tons of time. As you can imagine, I would not have to go back and go over and over and over again. So what's great about this, let's say our boss says this is not what he wanted, okay? So we can go over here to the wand, click the wand, and then we can hit hue, saturation. All right, we're clicking on the magic wand is the right to the wrench. Hue is a fancy name for color, so we're going to change the hue there, and then we're going to mess with the saturation, which basically changes the intensity of the color. And then we'll mess with the brightness, which is how bright or dark the color is. When you're happy, just click the magic wand and we'll go back to working and zooming in to fix some of our errors. And add a new layer. We're going to name that shadow. And before we get into the shadow here, I'm going to show you, moving it to black, I'm going to take my airbrush and I'm going to show you a soft brush. That's a soft brush. See that soft edge? And then I'm going to switch it to a hard brush. So that's the difference between a soft and a hard brush. So soft is going to be really great for shadows and blending and stuff like that. Okay, so we're going to go back and we are going to adjust that. See, right now I'm just painting all over the edge there, and that's going to take forever for me to fix that. So we made a layer mask, or a clipping mask rather, and now we are painting just on the layer below. And I believe we're going to change the opacity, slide that down, and then we're going to erase our mistakes there. After this, we are going to move on to our highlights, do the same thing, and we are also going to make a shadow underneath our figure, just on a regular layer.
Well, that's gotta be a good sign of getting less thickness, right? What do you mean? Like it's a K-12 email?
Here we're going to organize, so we click layer, then we're going to slide our layers to the right, making them blue, accept the line art, then we're going to hit group, and now we're going to hit the down caret, and now we made one single group. So now just hit rename and type in the new layer name, that way you're organized. All right, let's share our work. So we're gonna hit the wrench. I'm gonna hit share. And then we're gonna go to JPEG. And then you're going to pick any one of these. And I suggest you probably use your Google Drive. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and contribute to the comment section.